Welcome. This is Barry Jones from Angelic Wisdom, and we're here for our monthly Ascension Angel Messages for December 2025. So let's take a moment to set an intention for this reading. And so just take a deep breath and allow yourself to ground into the earth, deep into the heart of the earth. And feel that connection as the earth returns its support of light and love to you. So the angels are giving me a sense of our intention being that we are fully open and allowing our highest potential to be accessed. Whatever you have need of, allowing for the highest potential of peace to exist on earth, allowing your highest potential of gifts and talents to flourish in your life, the highest frequency of light that you are able to now contain and radiate out into the universe. And being aware that the range of your presence, your divinity within the universe is vast. And that you are, through the power of love, having a connection that is miraculous and beautiful with everything in our great and vast universe. So having a greater sense of your presence, knowing that wherever you go, you are leaving an incredible divine footprint of light and love. So I'd like to welcome everyone back to this monthly series, and to also welcome anyone who might be new to our Angelic Wisdom community, whether you're recent or you're just finding us through this video today for the very first time. So if you haven't done so, make sure that you subscribe, select the all notification bell, and of course, leave a like and leave your comments. If during the course of this video you would like to get an angel reading with me, you can go to my current website, theangelschool.com/services. And just know that I'm available for readings, on Saturdays from 2 to 6 p.m. And then probably there might be a possibility after, 12:30. So it's maybe starting on the 15th that week before the Christmas holidays. There may be a possibility that I can be home or be available somewhere by 4 o'clock, possibly to 6 o'clock for angel readings. And then during the holidays, I'll be off. And hopefully this year able to have energy to go visit my family. So also, if you'd like to, um, support my channel with a donation, you can use my PayPal me link for Angelic Wisdom LLC. So you'll find those links in the description area beneath this video. Okay, so let's take a deep breath, and it's quite not enough light right now, but as we get closer to the winter solstice, and it's cloudy today in New York City at the date I'm actually recording this. So let's take a deep breath. And connect into the angel messages for the month of December. I'm seeing the angel number 426, and it reads, prayer and positive intentions will help your material needs materialize, while worrying only compounds the issues. Ask the angels to boost your faith. Okay, so they really want you to focus through prayer and positive intentions. And that was a very powerful one. And I think you should return to that intention that we had for this month to help you to materialize whatever your material needs are. And to remember to ask the angels to boost your faith. Okay? Anytime you feel yourself wavering in any way, shape, or form, just call upon the angels to boost your faith. Now, I'm seeing the word earthquake. I don't know if it's literal, but I sense this has some symbolic meaning for us, right? And this gives us a sense of the ground shifting beneath us. So something shifting in our foundations. And I'm seeing Archangel Raphael, and it's giving me a sense of that this is going to be profoundly healing. It's going to prepare us for an era of new beginnings in our life, they're writing. So they really want you to have faith as these foundations go through a very powerful shift. And it's very much motivated by divine love, all by divine love. And we have to just sort of get out of the way to allow things to happen. So don't try to hold on to anything in the past. Don't try to follow a trend or some pattern, but really this is sort of faith in its raw, pure sense. Not knowing what's next. And really this knowing or wanting to know what's next can really be the hindrance to this accessing this new potential that's coming through. So we really, this is sort of the feeling of the Fool card. We have to heal. We're being asked to shed and trust that what is shedding is what needs to be released, and that we're not trying to save parts of ourselves or things or attachments to things that might represent what we think is a part of our core strength. This is a truly profoundly, deeply enriching new beginning, but the process is, earth shattering, right? It's ground breaking. in that sense of earthquake, right? And it's a powerful learning tool. It's going to be a powerful way to teach us to move forward in a way that will, shift. I don't know if shift is the right word, but to change, completely transform our reality. It might just transform this reality. Transformation might be you have a whole new outlook, on life itself. You might have a whole new perspective of yourself and what you want and what you desire and what you're able to do. It could, like place new opportunities in your way. It could really, it's like this windfall of just all kinds of possibilities. It could be subtle, it could be radically new, but the sense is that you don't know, and you really want to release that what you can know and what you know in order to discover what you don't know. What you don't know is possible within you and perhaps the people around you. Let everything sort of reveal something unexpected. And you can only follow your heart. That's the only thing that you can rely on, is faith in your heart. That this knowing when you need to know and being guided where you need to be guided is all somehow encompassed within the GPS of your heart and soul. All right, so let's take a look at the archangel that we're working with in this month. And it's your guardian angel card here. Your guardian angel, every time I see the card, it's always this gentleness. And I feel like the first message that your guardian angel is offering you is for you to be extremely and extraordinarily gentle with yourself in this process. That it's not about like you are going to rip yourself apart. You don't have to do anything, but you just have to be gentle with your response to how things unfold. First, being gentle with yourself. Please do not judge yourself or go into blame or guilt or shame, or don't let the phantom trauma, okay, sort of mislead you and misdirect you and cause you to misinterpret. So through this process, you can only hold yourself in unconditional love, as if this is the capsule in which you travel, and that for the first time you recognize that this is how it's always been all along, that this capsule of unconditional love, which the universe, source, has placed you within from your conception, you've always been in this safe haven, being an observer of all the realities that you have manifested and created. Whether they've been pleasant or not, you still have been within this capsule of unconditional love, traveling through lifetimes and many different stories. Now, I saw the angel number 668. And it says, know that God is your source of all good things, including the money that you need to pay your bills and meet your needs. But know that God is the source of all good things. And this to me means, despite what you and I create out of the sort of wavering and dynamic, um, influx of the ego's duality, no matter what's been presented on that screen, that surround screen, outside of that capsule of unconditional love that you have been held within, safe and secure the entire time, know that God is the source of all good things. And now you need to rely and be aware and really embrace and accept that this has been your existence all along. And you've just been watching, you've been sitting in a movie, sort of, in a movie that's a surround movie, right? It's like surround sound. It's been like a surround screen. And what it's playing on that screen is outside the capsule of that safe and secure, unconditional love vessel. None of those things have a impact on the purity of who you are. You're safe within it. However, in your earth vessel, your earth curriculum, these things feel very, very real. Just as real as you and I are sort of in the awareness of that dream, of those realities together now, trying to somehow connect, by connecting here together, that we spiritually sort of resurrect for ourselves on a monthly basis, and this sense of alignment with God, with Source, with the goodness of all things, the source and goodness of all things. So once you realize that you are the observer of the reality and at the same time the experiencer of the reality, and that you can come to this point where you become the observer more and more fully, holistically, and have still some sense of awareness of being being in the world but not of it. And that's the not of it part, is you the observer in this foundational, groundbreaking experience, change, transformation. Gently rest within this knowing and begin to spend, as in prayer and intention, spend time within your soul and within the egg of your I am presence, your monad. Begin to envision inspired alternatives. And pray that not only the inspiration of what you are able to imagine, get a glimpse of, that the support for all of this, pray that you understand that the support for the outcome of all of this is already taking place. And your only role is to go with this flow. So this card emphasizes asking for help. This card also emphasizes that your guardian angel, that this has something to do with the blueprint, your divine blueprint, that your guardian angel carries and oversees and helps to orchestrate that. This is something that has been known since the beginning of your conception, the birth of your soul, its purpose, and that you're in the midst of fulfilling something that is within the timeline of your soul. Therefore, the arrival, there have been no delays. There's just only been this forgetting of that all things flow in their due course and time. And there's a divine alignment, not time, but divine alignment. And your preparation is what you've been experiencing all along. You have not been delayed, but you are being prepared. And something is quite in the process for readiness to unfold. Now let's take a look at the card on the left that represents the major arcana theme, which would highlight, what's going on behind the scenes that's unfolding, the major lesson or theme here. And we have release, which is the death card. And so this just sums up everything I was just saying before. That right now you're going through a major transformation, endings. This is also freedom. And just thinking about the death card and the fool card have a lot in common, because the fools, it represents the beginning. It represents, and death. So it's like fool is beginning and death is the ending, right? But both are the same. The beginning is the ending, and the ending is the beginning. So really, we're really ready for the beginning, because we're in the process of ending so many things that no longer serve the foundations of our earth, collectively and individually. It's being uprooted and shuffled, right? And there may be a lot of loss, things that get lost as the earth caves beneath us. But you're held within that egg of unconditional love and security and total peace. And as long as you don't attach yourself through fear to what the movie looks like on your surround screen, it will all move on. It'll just move on and become a blank screen that starts to fill in with the light of your potential and possibilities. Let's take a look at the card on the right that is from the minor arcana. Okay? And this highlights how this is going to show up in our lives. So we've been hearing a lot about financial, material needs. And here we have the Five of Earth, which is usually a challenge card, in terms of we're going to be going through something challenging, whether it's a physical health or our finances or something in our work, right? But the thing about this card is that's always been true in even the initial images of Pamela Smith, is there's always been this church in the background. In this card, the door is open, and standing in that door that's been cracked open for you is your guardian angel. Okay? It's your guardian angel offering you an opportunity, a refuge. One, remembering that you're safe, you're in this safe haven. You always have an exit. There's always an exit plan. When you get out in that reality and get too deeply immersed in that surround movie that's not working for you, if you call your angels, if you are to help you to boost your faith so that you can become the observer and be back in that egg of security and unconditional love, where it just nourishes you with all the positive thoughts, all the joy, the peace, the love, the harmony, so that you can um, start projecting the vision of the divine that the divine has for you, the one that you so deserve. You'll have that exit option. So don't let your finances, don't let your work life, don't let stuff like bog you down. Don't let it overwhelm you. Don't try to control everything, every little detail. Try to control which way everything is going to happen and unfold. Pray for guidance about where you need to focus. Where's that door opening for you, that door of opportunity? Because this card really talks about a lesson, the number 5, right? Challenges and lessons that are sort of it's like a breakthrough, but it breaks us. How do I say this? It sort of like helps us to break away from the things that have been breaking us. And it could be just a negative mindset, one where we just are so focused on lack all the time, or these insecurities that we have, self-worth issues. You're just going to find out how much stronger you are through whatever's being projected on that screen. It's going to show you, if you can trust that you are in the protection of love, that you're stronger. Your faith in yourself, in the universe, in God is far stronger than anything that could ever break you. Even if it actually feels like it broke you, you still have more strength, reserves of strength and power within you to overcome it. And isn't that an awesome thing to receive in your awareness? But remember, it's the stuff that's breaking us. It feels like it's breaking us. It's not breaking you. It's breaking your attachment to that story, that very sad story. That unrealistic story, that very negative, very not divine story about who you are. Oh, you think you couldn't endure? Okay, now you realize you're stronger than that. And that story no longer holds any weight. So it's easy to let that go now. Oh, I'm not worthy. Well, I just found out, if I wasn't so worthy, why didn't I just, how come I'm still standing? How come I'm still able to thrive? Even though I've been telling myself for such a long time, how come I still keep finding myself achieving? And how come I keep being given divine assignments if I'm not worthy? I guess I better start stop struggling against the truth. That's what they meant. We've been struggling as a humanity against our truth for eons of time. Now we're ready to cut the crap, right? We're ready to stop believing the unreal, the untrue. And we're ready to start cooperating with ourselves by believing in ourselves. And we're ready to really trust in God, trust in the universe. We're ready to trust in the foundations of our own potential. We're ready to act from this great power of love and purpose within our being, we're ready to activate love. I mean, we've been feeling just sort of cramped out of our existence by fear and dominance. And so what is left? But to fight back with, it's love. The true superpower, the true strength, the true brawn of the universe that holds it all together, this eternal existence, this eternal life that is powered by love, unconditional love. And just know, and I can't tell you in what form, but just know that that kind of love is what is going to, after this dismantling takes place, this earth shattering transformation breaks us all apart from all of this materialism, in a sense, this imbalance of the way that we cling to and sort of think of it as a power, the real power. We've been using materialism as our source with a capital letter, and it's not. I want to say, like, all of it, and now when we can let go of all of that, the attachment to it, know that all of the material stuff is just, it's just like a gift, but it's not it's the extension of source love represented in the world, but it's never the it. Of the creator. It's the creator's love that is the source of all goodness and all things that have been made possible for us to utilize. But we became overly dependent upon the things rather than the source that created them and inspired them and offered them to us. And this has made us corrupt, meaning made us truly weak to have these thoughts and fears and doubts, all because of those matters. All right, so let me just tune in to your guardian angels. And they're just showing me the word stable. And I feel as though that, what is this word I'm saying? No. First of all, that you will feel stable, you will feel safe when you accept the impermanence of all things. They are gifts from God, but they are impermanent. While these things are impermanent, and our physicality and all of our dreams and everything in this world of duality, it is impermanent. But the greater news is that there's nothing, they write, that is impossible for you to achieve. But you have to recognize that at the same time, while there's nothing that is impossible for you to achieve, and there's nothing ever that you will lack. That means that at the same time, we recognize that all of these things that are possible are still impermanent. They're still impermanent. But we will never lack for anything that we need or desire. Hear this. Nothing is impossible, but all things are impermanent in the physical world. All matter is impermanent. Yet, there's nothing that we will ever lack. So, there's nothing we'll ever lack, and there's all things impossible. The only thing that we have to learn how to deal with is the impermanence of all things, all matter. And we have to accept that life and death, and not life and death, but beginnings and endings are the architecture of this impermanence. So as something is ending, something is beginning. And that is how the soul lives in its safe, loving, unconditionally loving fortress that the soul is eternal. And in this human experience, there's all this impermanence. It's like a line drawn in the center, like a line in the sand. That's the only line in the sand, really, the impermanence. But that impermanence is impermanent too, right? Because it's always beginning and ending. There's something can always be there because of all the possibilities. Possibilities are all possible. And there's nothing that you can truly ever lack as long as you can accept the impermanence, that line in the sand, that this is a part of the earth reality. Beginnings and endings, beginnings and endings. So, look forward to the beginning as you release the ending. And look forward to the ending as you look forward to the next beginning, right? This is the silver lining of impermanence, if you will. All right. Now I send you lots of love and angel blessings. And I wish you a beautiful month and a month of wonderful holidays that we're all celebrating in our own traditions and our cultures. God bless you. And look forward to seeing you in the new year, January 2026, seeing what it might hold as this ending to the year is promising to set us up for an incredible, extraordinary, groundbreaking new year. God bless.